there, and welcome back to America Then and Now. I had some ideas for a series of videos dealing with the de-extinction of America, but again, over the last couple days, this UFO stuff, guys, is not going away, and I would like to see aliens. I would like to know if there's aliens. But there's another man. There's another man just in the last couple of days testifying in front of frickin' Congress, guys, that we know of at least 4 species of extraterrestrial life. And you're going, there can be a kook anywhere. There can be a crazy man anywhere, a dreamer, whatever. But this is repeatedly came up. Credible people. We're not talking about average Joe off the street that read a comic book or a Edgar Rice Burroughs novel. These are people that work in high-level jobs, high security. Our nation has trust in them and all this good stuff. And you got a guy sitting in front of Congress. Yes, we have at least 4 species. And the grays, I guess that's the ones that crashed in Roswell. The insectoids, they're reptilians. There's probably an amphibian race out there too, or a marsupial race. I don't know where they come up with these names. Marsupial aliens would be pretty wild. But we got to put some serious thought in, since all this stuff come out about they released this film footage, from 2017 of the Tic Tac and the craft that goes under the water and out of the water. This is all government footage. Now, other nations release their information. Now, I don't think we've had any pictures of little green men or anything, but there's several countries in South America, freely say, "Hey, y'all come help us figure out what's going on out there. We'd like to know." And America, I guess because we're such a sci-fi movie watching, whatever it is, there's something that has America turn against the thought of little green men. But ever since I was young, and especially in the last few decades, the radical advancements in technology, it's hard to explain, because we went at one point from basically from the farm to having a rocket ship to having transistor radio, and solid state, and it's hard to imagine that we can advance that fast, without maybe a little bit of divine intervention. Then especially with the technology that's available right now, the military, we got lasers and they work. This new stealth aircraft they just started showing pictures of. Little things like on our computers, touch screens, little micro. They got the little microchips, like for my camera here. I'm using a little 4K camera. Now the one I got is 64 gig, but it'll accept up to a 512. And we're talking about a little dinky thing. If you drop it, you may lose it forever. Where did that technology come from? We're talking in a relatively short period of time in history that, radical advancements have been made. So when these people get up in front of Congress saying, "Hey, I touched alien aircraft, I saw this, I saw that," at some point we got to drop our skepticism and address whether this is really going on, because something is. People won't continually risk their reputations, their how other people look at them, their families. They won't risk all this just for nothing. Now some of these deathbed confessions. If he told a whopper at the end of his life, well, nobody, he's not going to hear about it. But if he told the truth, everybody could hear about it. And so we need to start looking at this harder. Now, one thing I think that has to happen, and I put it this way, Mr. Trump wants a little bit of respect from me, and he seems to be going all crazy, all out on everything else. Well, why not aliens? Why doesn't he in some speech just say, yeah, we have the Greys come down regularly or something? Because we know there are things just outside the moon's orbit that orbit Earth that are not identifiable. But I just wish somebody, a leader, not the vice president or the secretary of state or whatever, the president of the United States needs to just come on and admit, there is Bigfoot, there is a UFO, whatever it is, and just get it out of the way. And if religions collapse, religions collapse. I know there's a lot riding on this, but hey, there's a point where we need to know, and I think we're there. If we're not there, we're within an extreme short amount of time being there. I have no problem accepting whatever would come out of his mouth, but too many people have said they've seen these things, and too many people are risking their reputations. They're not going on in front of Congress trying to put on a show. So here in 2025, with all this stuff that's going on, let's just drag truth out there and see what we can do. If they have all this technology, think about it. If we can borrow some of this technology that obviously I would think maybe they're already been sharing, imagine what they could do for medicine. Could they do away with some diseases? Because we're talking about people that are way radically advanced than us. If they can travel from outside the solar system or whatever to here, we can barely get past the moon. So they would have the technology to probably help us in many ways. It may upset a few people. The big medicine companies may have to lower their prices a little bit. But anyhow, I just thought I saw this today, and I just kept thinking, I see it all the time, but just one after another, unless there's some weird altered agenda that we don't know about, why would they be lying, really? So a little food for thought, and I hope you have a great day. Just like I said, I just wanted to knock on your door for a minute and make you think. But take care, and we'll see you later with some more videos, okay? So bye-bye.